Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Good morning, everybody. I like the two faces I see on camera today, Carrie and Isabel. I'll talk to you because I see you. Okay, we are going to talk about something near and dear to probably most of our hearts today, overcoming distraction. Yeah, we all get distracted? I know I do. I'm not going to lie. I'm a very focused person, but I get distracted super easily. And someone had asked me this the other day. Anna actually asked me, what do you do when you get distracted? How do you stop getting distracted? And I'm like, well, I'll be super honest with you. I don't think it's possible to not get distracted. Like if someone has mastered the art of never getting distracted, I want to talk to that person because every person I know gets distracted, right? It just happens. It's part of human nature. So I wanted to share a few tips that I use to overcome distraction every day. Let's be real. I mean, it happens all the time. Like last week, if you were on the call, I talked about how I've got to protect my morning time, right? I've got to protect that time from 8 to 10 every day, because if I don't protect that time, and actually it's earlier than that, it's 4:30 to 10 every day. Like if I don't protect that time, it's gonna, like, I literally won't get anything done because, like yesterday I had one of my sellers, the buyer on the contract is a first time buyer and is super, 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 super nervous. And the agent had to call me and talk to me about how nervous the buyer is. And I'm like, okay, that's a distraction. That's a major distraction, because then of course my brain can't stop thinking, like, if this buyer doesn't go through, I've got to be able to get this house on the market. We got to sell it, so there's all these other things. So it's like, what do you do when that kind of stuff comes up? Right. Can any of you relate to that? Yeah. All the time. Right. I swear it doesn't matter. Like the more I do this, the more I'm in this business, the longer I'm in this business, the worse the distractions get, the worse it gets. Like every single contract right now, every single contract has more and different things that I've never seen before. Like I've literally just totally aside. I've never had a contract where the like they wanted to change the terms of the contract after we were in contract. Like I've never had that before. I've never had that. Have you ever had that? Like changing the terms of the contract? It's so like, I'm like, okay, well, here we go. New one. I'm going to give you this one. So anyway, those are distractions, right? Because it's like, they're unexpected things. They're things that, like, I had this whole list of things I was going to get done yesterday. I was like, yeah, I feel productive. I'm going to have a great day. And then I'm like, oh, no, I didn't get any of it done. So, okay. So my number one tip to not getting distracted is only commit to one thing every day. Stop committing to 50. Okay. Just commit to one thing. Unless you're Wendy Goss. Okay. She's the only one that I know that can do 50 things in a day every single day. Okay. The only one that I know. But seriously, most people commit to one thing, one major thing. And that is going to be like, if you can get that one thing done every day, then it's like, okay, I was productive at the end of the day. Okay. And if you get more done, awesome. But just commit to one thing. Okay. But I have a whole presentation. So let me go and share it with you here. 1 second. Okay, so here we go. Audience window. I think I got this right. Okie dokie. So overcoming distraction, how to get back on track. So I've got 20 tips, okay? 20 tips. So hopefully you walk away with something that you can use today to overcome that time when you have a million things pop up that were not on your agenda to pop up today, okay? So first things first. This is some mindset things to remember. When you're distracted, just acknowledge it. I got distracted. Don't beat yourself up. Okay. It's going to happen. We are human. Okay. Just acknowledge it. Like one time I had a therapist one time who told me to name my emotions. Have you ever been through therapy and they told you to name your emotion? Give your emotion a name. Give your feeling a name. Okay. So I've taken that with me. And I give everything a feeling. I give everything a name. I got a lot of like aliases out there. Okay. Got a lot of aliases. Okay. So give it a name. When you're distracted, give it a name. Okay. So maybe instead of being Harry, it's going to be, I don't know, Carrie. I don't know. Same, like, it's like like a name. So when you're in that distracted mode, just name it, right? Name it, identify, and acknowledge it. Don't beat yourself up about it, because you're a human being, right? So pick something that I'm going to teach you today or show you today. If you have additional ones and you want to throw them in there, please do. Okay. And just choose one of them. Just choose one and try it out. And then I want you to remember like why you're doing what you're doing. If you write down your goals every day. I have been on this like Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy kick for the last like week, right? Well, last week was Alex Hormozy. This week is Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy. And both of them say the same thing. You got to write your goals down every single day. So every single morning, I'm rewriting my goals. I have 3 major goals that I shoot for every 12 weeks. I write those down every single day. So when you revisit those, it helps to remind yourself of why you're trying, what you're trying to achieve and why it actually matters. Then, before we go into all of these things, start small. If you've lost a crap ton of time, don't try to go back and be like, okay, I'm going to make it all up tomorrow. Right? Just don't try to do it all. Just one step at a time, which is why I say to commit to one thing a day. Just commit to one thing a day, the best thing you can do today, and then build those achievable tasks to build momentum. Okay, just one small achievable task to get right back on track to momentum with your momentum. And then be patient. This is something I think we need to learn a lot about in our business. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a skill. Patience is not something that I think people have naturally. As children, we are not patient people. As kids, we are not patient. As we grow older, we either get even more impatient or we become more patient. So it's literally something you learn. So practice patience, and understand that, you know, if you're distracted and you're trying to get back on track and it doesn't happen right away, it's okay. You're a human. Okay. So let's move into the tactics that I have to help you regain your focus. I have some physical, I have some mental, I have some environmental changes that you can make. So it's like for your physical body, some mindset things you can do, and I have some environmental ideas that you can take on. Okay. So hopefully some of these help you. And if you have anything, like I said, to just kind of throw it in there. Okay. So physical techniques. Here you go. Like I said, acknowledge you're distracted. My favorite one is the second one here. Short burst of exercise. The thing I've actually incorporated in the last like month that has been super helpful. It's really nice because the weather is nice again in Seattle. Like I do this every like this time of year because I don't want to I live in the rain. I don't want to walk in the rain. Like I don't want to do it if I don't have to. Okay. So a short burst of exercise in the middle of the day always helps me regain my focus. Because if your schedule is anything like mine, where like throughout the day you are, you're focused, and then like, the phone starts ringing, and then you get back off track, right? And then you're trying to go back to the thing you were starting in the morning, and you can't, right? What actually helps me get back there is to actually go outside and go for a walk. 20 minutes, just go for a walk, right? Get up, stretch, do some breathing exercises, take 5 slow, deep breaths, like just breathe. Listen to meditate in the middle of the day. That's another thing I've started doing lately, which I freaking love. I meditate in the morning, meditate in the middle of the day. Middle of the day meditation is not nearly as deep as my one in the morning. It's more of a recentering, refocusing meditation that really helps. I know I put this under physical, but that's also a mindset thing, a mental, emotional thing you can do. Cold water splash. Okay. Literally splash water on your face. Splash some water on your face. Just tell yourself, wake up, get back to it. Okay. And then the other thing is, this is something that like, I think most people I talk to, we like to work in one spot. I am guilty as charged. I like one spot to work in. I like to work from this desk right here. If I go anywhere else, I'm not going to get as much work done. But sometimes getting up and moving from your office to your kitchen can help. Moving from your office to maybe one day going to work at a library, whatever it is, right? Just change your environment and just see how that helps you get focused again. Okay. Next one, 5 mental strategies. I don't really like the word mental. I got to think of another word. I mean, I know it is mental, but mind strategies. Okay. Things you can do in your mind. Set a timer. How many of you do the Pomodoro technique? You've all heard of Pomodoro? Yeah. Yeah. Who has not heard of Pomodoro? Nobody? Okay, cool. So the Pomodoro, like I love the Pomodoro. Like I think the Pomodoro is technically supposed to be a 2-hour block. I get an hour. I get an hour. I get a half a Pomodoro, and I call that great. If I can have 1 hour when I'm feeling like I'm distracted and I need to get focused again, this is the number one thing that I go to right away. I don't even know why that's considered a mental. Why did I put that under mental strategy? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, whatever. It's a physical thing. It's a physical thing. Okay. But the one thing, like I'll go back and I'll do a half a Pomodoro. It's amazing when I actually like turn off all my notifications. I put some music on. I do put my phone on do not disturb, right? I do all of that stuff. It's amazing what can happen when I'm focused for 25 minutes. How many of you have done the Pomodoro, and at the end of the first 25-minute session, you're like, holy cow, I just got a lot done in 25 minutes. And you can go all day and try to do that same task distracted, and it's going to take you all day. But if you sit down and commit to it for one 25-minute session, it's amazing how much you can get done. Okay. Move back here. Like we just talked about taking a meditation in the middle of the day. Okay. Break your task into smaller steps. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, break it down. An example for me is that I am working on a landing page for my EXP organization because I have a bunch of stuff that I'm rolling out that's going to be available to them. And so my task that I gave myself was to finish the landing page. Okay. Finish the landing page. Okay. Let's be real. Finish the landing page is there's a lot of things in that finish the landing page, right? So what I did is I said, okay, instead of finish the landing page, I am going to instead set it to where I'm going to get these four resources. I'm going to get those complete. And I got all 4 resources done. So just breaking it down into smaller steps really helped. And I was like, so it's like the what is it? Like the debt snowball? Is that, yeah, the debt snowball where it's like you do the one small thing first and then you can incorporate that time and do another one, right? So it's kind of like the snowball effect. So that helps me a lot. Visualizing what you're trying to do. Remember, visualization. I talk about it a lot. Remember, look at your vision board. I look at my vision board often. I look at a picture of Oprah. Oprah's on my vision board, and I'm like, what would Oprah do? What? WWOD. WWOD. Okay. What would Oprah do? Okay. So remind yourself of your vision. Remind yourself, again, why you're working toward it and why you're doing it and what it is. And again, write down those goals. I saw some questions about goals in the chat that I'll answer here in a minute. Okay. So let's move on to some additional environmental changes that you can easily make. Declutter your workspace. This is a huge one for me. Okay. Every time I feel like I'm distracted and it's like a constant thing, I clean my office. I spend Sunday and I clean my office, and all of a sudden it's like, whoo, like I just like I get clarity. I get so much done. I get so productive. So declutter your workspace. And right now I'm actually going through I've decluttered it, but I want to make some additional changes. So I'm actually changing my desk out because I want a new desk now, even though I don't need one. I want one. And it's just something to like give you a clearer mind because it's kind of blocking energy in my mind, right? Every little thing that takes energy, you got to get rid of it. And declutter your house. That's another one I should add to this is declutter your house. Declutter your closet. Start with your closet, okay? But we can probably all declutter our closet. Maybe. I don't know. Some people might not be like me, but I need to declutter my closet bad, okay? Turn off your notifications. Turn off your phone. Give yourself a time period throughout the day that you will allow yourself to check social media. Do not take your phone to the bathroom with you. Amy's laughing, but it's true. Leave your phone at your desk when you have to go to the bathroom. Leave your phone at your desk when you go and make lunch. Leave your phone. Get rid of it. Or not get rid of it, but just leave it. It's going to be there when you get back, I promise. I have to tell myself this all the time, which is why I say that. I'm like, you don't need to take your phone to the bathroom. It's okay. Like, you don't need to take your phone to the bathroom. You don't need to check social media when you're on the toilet. Okay. You don't need to do that. It's for myself. I'm saying that out loud for myself, just so you know. If you relate, cool. If you don't, cool. Some ambient music. I really love the focus music on YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premium just so I can have focus music because I think it's better than anywhere else that I've seen. They have a lot of megahertz. Who was talking about this last week? Was this Dan? Or was this Juliana? Or was this Joy? Someone was talking about megahertz, like however megahertz they listen to. I listen to it all the time. It's great. I also really like Progressive House. Okay. Progressive House, Beach Mix. I love that. I can listen to that all day, every day. And so that's really what I'm usually listening to. As soon as I turn it on, I get so much more focused than trying to work in silence. Linnea's brain is not a silent brain. Not as much as I try to make it a silent brain. It is not a silent brain. So I need something to distract from the voices in my head. Okay. Yes, I have voices in my head. Okay. Change your lighting. I don't know if any of you have tried this one, but sometimes lighting can really make a difference in your focus levels. Like if it's too dim, it makes you feel tired, right? Change out the color of your lights. Like I just had to change mine out to some new LED lights because like the light we had in here was like white, like bright. I didn't like that. So it's more of like a nicer, like more neutral LED. So like lighting is like a big thing. Add some lamps, add some plants. I have a water feature in my office that sometimes when I'm feeling like I really need extra focus or I want to get rid of distractions, I turn on the water feature. And then make sure you take breaks. How many of you have a break scheduled into your day? Nobody? Dan? Juliana? I mean, why do I keep calling you Dan? I know you're Juliana. Isabel?
I don't have scheduled. I just take them when my body is like, we're going to take a break, but they're not scheduled.
I love it. Okay, good. So you have a break. You take a break every day. I'll show you. I'm going to give you a sneak peek into my calendar and what it looks like here. Don't freak out. Please don't freak out all because you're going to see a lot of colors on here, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. And you'll see that anything in red here is a do not touch my time. That's why it's red. Do not touch my time. That is my break. So you see I have a break scheduled every day, usually around the same time. I have to move it a little bit depending on who I'm talking to. But I have a break every day because here's what happens. If I don't have the break scheduled, I'm not going to take it. I'm very, very particular about my calendar. I follow my calendar to the T. That's also why you see I have like work that I'm actually planning on doing. I actually have that in here as well because I don't want other people to take my time. So I got to block my calendar for what I'm doing. Okay. So take breaks, schedule breaks, take them. If you're like Karen, you don't have to schedule them, but you still take them. Do that too. Okay. And here's a couple of additional tips. Give yourself a reward system. I love rewards. I love it. I love prizes. If I get everything done on my calendar every week, so every Sunday I sit here and I'm like, okay, these are the things I'm going to accomplish this week. And I make them smaller that I can actually accomplish them. This week I've gotten 5 out of 6 done so far. I have one more day left. Well, it's really one more day after today, tomorrow. But I have one more day left. I give myself a reward. I don't know what that reward is. Usually it's a book on Amazon. That's why I buy so many books, because I reward myself with books. Get an accountability partner. I talked about this last week. I have an accountability group. We go every single day. Got to go. You got to have an accountability group. If you need one, reach out to me. I can give you our account. I can get you in ours. We have a little bit of room in ours. We have 4 of us every day. Use things. There's some time management apps out there. I don't know of any because I just use my iPhone's do not disturb feature or focus feature on iPhone, but I use that a lot. It's literally on focus right now. So people try to call me between 8 and 10:45 every day. They get my voicemail. So if any of you have ever tried calling me during that time, you're like, oh, went straight to voicemail. That's why. It's set. It automatically sets every day to do not disturb. And then identify your peak times. Like I've talked about this a lot because I talk about it for me, right? Like my time to work is between 8 to 10. If it's not done by 10, it's not going to happen. I just know that about myself. So that's why I commit to one thing and I do it during my peak productivity time. Some people are more productive in the afternoon. I am not. And then the last thing I have for you, the last tip I have is practice. Practice regaining focus. Practice not getting distracted. Because the more you practice, the better you're going to become. Okay? Avoiding distractions and being focused is a skill set. It's not something that people just have naturally. People have to train themselves to be focused. So if you are one of those who needs to do that, you can only do that by practice because practice makes perfect. but perfect is never really a thing. So you're going to always be practicing. Okay. Is that helpful? Good tips? All right. So I have a couple of questions. Oh, Amy says I need to commit to lifting weights again. Girl, just do it. Do it. I like that commitment. Carol said, how many goals do you set and for what time period? Again, you write these goals down every day. So I set 3 goals every 12 weeks. That's it. 3 goals every 12 weeks. So by the end of the year, I have completed 12 goals. 3 goals every 12 weeks. I write these down every single day. Every day. My goals are things like, and I want you to think like my goals, these are they're big, right? The goals are the bigger picture. My goals are grow my email database, grow my email list to 5,000. So I have, 4,000 more to go. Okay. Put 7 homes in escrow. I just put 2 in escrow, right? So I started reshifting my goals a little bit because I was before I had it to be like an income goal, earn this much income, and I kept getting frustrated with myself because let's be real, even though you want to earn this much income in a certain amount of time, just because something's in escrow doesn't mean it's going to close in that amount of time, right? There's going to be delays, and so I'm like, oh well, I guess I didn't earn that, and then like move to the next 12 weeks. I'm like, okay, well, can I count that as like earnings? Because it really was the previous 12, you know what I mean? So like I reshifted it to be something that's actually tactical. Like I can put 7 homes in escrow. I have 5 active clients right now and I just put 2 in escrow. I'm like, great, I'm going to achieve that goal, right? I've got to hurry and get the other 5 in escrow now. Let's go. But that's what I do. So 3 goals every 12 weeks. I have a planner on Amazon. Y'all can go find it if you'd like to. CIN can find it for you. It's called Plan, the 12-week power planner. Hold on. I created this. Hold on. How do I stop blurring? There we are. There we go. It's called Plan, the 12-week power planner. It's like $25 on Amazon. Cyan's going to find the link for you so you can order it if you want. But I'm going to tell you, you guys, this is how I plan. Okay. This is how I plan my life. I literally use this religiously. This is my daily planner. It's got my 12-week goals in it, my weekly goals, my weekly reflection, my daily plan, because I like to write my goals down and look at them every single day. Okay. Juliana says, I love meditating now. My hubby and I have started doing it after reading Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. That is such a good book. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a genius neuroscientist. Like, I love brain science. Man, as I get older, I'm like, I love learning about the brain. It's not my fault. It's my brain's fault. It's really your brain's fault. Everything is your brain's fault. It's not your fault. Okay. As soon as you can like give ownership to something else, it actually makes it a lot easier to overcome, by the way. A lot easier. So I don't blame myself for anything. I blame my brain. Jackie says, when my cubicle was changed where the direction of my desk was different, really messed me up. I could not concentrate. Yeah. See, like sometimes you can't change it. Sometimes that's all you can think about. What works, Wendy? Wendy said it works.
Oh, the I don't know if I said it about the Pomodoro technique. Does that work? Or the focus music. Like I turn on YouTube and turn on focus music, and that is just like, and kind of everybody knows if they hear that music coming out of my office, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. And I flip my phone over because I have to, like when I work on my luxury books, I want to make sure, I'm sending these out to $10 million clients. I want to make sure they're going to the right person at the right address because the mailing is different than, some places, and then make sure that this letter goes on this package, right? Because you could easily just start putting them together while on a Zoom and not think about it and have them go to the wrong places, which has happened. So now when I do that specific task, it's like I turn on my music, I flip my phone over, and I just do it.
Yeah.
And it correctly. And I could get it done so much faster.
Isn't it crazy how much faster you can get it when your phone
is just taking me a couple hours to get those put together, and now it's like 45 minutes. So
yeah, I love that. Yeah, I like to, my thing that I like to do is leave my phone in my room. Like if my room's upstairs, and so I like to leave my phone in my room, like when I'm working on a project. and then I'll just close out my apps because I have a Mac, so everything is intertwined anyway. So I have to actually close the messages, close my Gmail, like just close it all down. And that's like, I can get so much done when I do that. But leaving my phone in the room, that was a hard thing I had to learn because I'm addicted to my phone, like most of you probably are. We have a phone addiction. Who was I listening to the other day that said, if you take your phone to the bathroom, you are an addict. If you take your phone to the bathroom, you are an addict. And I was like, okay, I'm not taking to the bathroom anymore. Okay. That's literally, I don't know. I remember what I don't know who was. Maybe it was Jim Rohn. No, it wasn't Jim Rohn. He was before the cell phone phase. It was somebody that I heard. He's like, if you take your phone to the bathroom, you're an addict. I was like, okay, I'm not an addict. I promise. Okay. Amy asked, like a walking desk. Yeah, that's a good idea. I love that one. Get like a little walking desk, like a little mini treadmill at your desk. My husband works for T-Mobile and he took me into the campus not too long ago. And it's really cool. Like they really want you to be active. Like they have a whole building almost in there. They have the balls, like the stability ball desks, like with the seats for the desks. They have like treadmill desks in his office. It's pretty cool. So, okay. And Jackie says, I take my phone to the bathroom when I'm on Zoom with Krista. Okay. There you go. And then Wendy awards herself with Jeep parts. I love that. I love it. I award myself with books, vacations. That's it. Like books and vacations. I mean, that's it. Like I don't really, it doesn't take a lot to make me happy. Just books and vacation. You know, I love that. A vacation where I can read a book is even better. Okay. So was this helpful for people? I love it. Okay. So if you're feeling distracted, give yourself a break. You're human. Just get back. Just take one step and stop overcommitting yourself every day. Stop overcommitting yourself. Like commit yourself to literally one thing a day. So in my planner, okay, I literally have a section at the top that says my top priority. It's not, oh, sorry. I'll show it to you. I'll show you when it's actually filled out. It says my top priority right there. See? Can you see that? Today's top priority. That is the one thing that I will commit to getting done every single day. If I get that thing done every single day, I have had an amazing week. That is how I count my productivity. Want my top priority, not my million priorities. Not my million. Not I'm going to create 50 million pieces of content. I'm going to post 50 million pieces of content. I'm going to talk to 500 people. I'm going to send out 6,000 emails. Like, no. One top priority. And it's got to be a priority. Just, you know, like when it comes to priorities, it's got to be the priority that's going to be the biggest domino. The biggest domino. Okay. So anyway. All right. I hope that helps everybody. If you all have topics you want to talk about, I would love to hear from you because they make it so much easier when I know it's something you actually want, that's actually relevant for you. So this was great. Thank you, Anna, for bringing this one up. And I will see you all next week.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.